What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode number 26 of Park to Prem here with Nottingham Forest. Today we've got ourselves a huge game in the Carabao Cup final. It is, of course, going to be against Chelsea, the team who annihilated us last time we met them. I'm trying to put that to the back of our mind, but of course it finished 5-1 last episode, and in the semi-final we squeezed through against Man City. As a manager, we've only ever won one cup previously. That was a lifetime ago. I believe it was the FA Trophy for Boston United. Please let me know if I'm wrong. Obviously, that's kind of almost a decade ago. It feels like a lifetime ago. In the grand scheme of things, I want to win cups here at Nottingham Forest. And whilst, you know what, the Carabao Cup, it's not the sexiest in the world. It's not the most glamorous trophy in the world. It's one I would quite like to win and add ourselves to this list of teams which in recent years has been dominated by both Chelsea and Manchester United, the two teams we've really been butting heads with at the top of the Premier League table. Anyway, just looking at the team here, you can see on the whole, things they've been going pretty well. We've got a few new players coming in on the transfer, so let's talk about them before anything else. The first that we've got is Gabriel Casanova. He is joining us in the summer. He is a Uruguayan under-21 international, was available as a free transfer, and despite the fact he's injury prone, I think he looks very good at 18. Maybe the potential has a question mark over it. It's a free transfer, everyone. It's the kind of deal you just get done. And also Stefan Hahn, who we've agreed to sign a while ago now. I think it may have even been last season or at least last summer. He's actually started to make a couple of appearances in the Bundesliga. And in fact, he scored in the Bundesliga, the 17-year-old. So he looks like he's got a really bright future ahead of him. Of course, we agreed to sign him so long ago. The scout reports have expired. So let's get a new one on him. And, one other out, actually a player who someone mentioned in the comment section recently asking me, Jack, what happened to Sigros? Of course, he was a Greek left winger when we first took over at the club. And he looked like a player with a lot of potential, but he's never really lived up to it. He's not improved at all, as a player to the degree where I could even consider playing him as an option in our first team. And, we got a bid of £5 million for him, and I don't see him reaching his potential. I think £5 million is a pretty generous offer by all accounts, so thank you to Reading for that. And it's a little bit of money in the bank, which we haven't chosen to spend. Despite the kind of transfer window still being open last time, there were no further transfers made. You can see the overall club balance has been a little steadily kind of in decline. If you don't know, this is fairly normal in the Premier League. At the end of the year, you get your big prize money, you get the TV money through the year, and kind of throughout the year, you just kind of lose money steadily with a big surge in the summer. So nothing to worry about too much. Obviously, £24 million was in the transfer budget, which I chose not to spend. I may regret that if we don't end up qualifying for the Champions League this year, and given our recent form over the last month, maybe there's a few question marks to be asked, because we've not been convincing. Whilst we've been unbeaten, which is fantastic, we've relied far too much on coming back in games, and as you're going to see as we go through these results, we've never really seized control of games early. We seem to end fairly strong. Anyway, game number 1 was against Bournemouth. They started the season superbly, you may remember. They were right up there after 10 or 11 games. They've steadily been on their decline. Of course, the team who were promoted with us to the Premier League a couple of years ago, they took the lead in this game, but Luis Navio, with a decent little header from a corner, secured us a share of the spoils away from home. We then were taking on Tottenham, a team who have struggled a little bit this year, and we took the lead through Finn. He actually got 2 in this game. Amlo, he's just been superb. He's still top goal scorer in the Premier League. He got a really nice brace here. I have to say that Mortellaro, their centre mid, probably with the best goal in this game, dare I say, on the volley outside the area into the back of the net. Amlo's second goal in the 88th minute was the winner. Left it late, really nice finish, dinked it over the keeper, cool as a cucumber. I don't even know, where does that expression cool as a cucumber come from? I don't even like cucumber. Let's move on. Next game, we were taking on Wolves. We drew this 1-1 in this game. We went down in it. Of course we did. It was Ramos with the goal for them in the 34th minute. Another set piece. We've conceded a fair few of those. However, from the big kick forward, latched onto the end of a ball that was actually moved across quite nicely by our forward line, tucked it away. A good finish by him, and it secured us some points. But again, coming back from behind and Going into the West Ham game, I was hoping things were going to be a little different. We could start quicker, we could get going. Did we? Of course we blooming didn't. They took the lead in this game just before half-time. Wilson Tamake, though, scored a goal in the 68th minute from the penalty spot to make it 1-1. And just a couple of minutes later, Irk to the rescue again for the second game in a row, rescuing us some points with a later goal. This was a really good one. Hammered home, powerful finish. And starting to add some goals to his repertoire, the Turkish winger. He's only got 13 finishing, he's got 12 long shots. That has actually improved a little bit over time, but I still feel like he's got a lot of development left in the tank to do. But he's becoming a little bit of a match winner and a points winner for us, which is all you can really ask for. Hopefully, he's going to be able to live up to the big occasion today against Chelsea. Now, actually, before we get into the game against Chelsea, something you might have caught out of the corner of your eye, if you were looking closely at those results, was the fact that the Europa League draw has happened. We are in the second knockout round because we finished top of our group. We've been drawn against Inter Milan, who, well, I'll tell you now, they're pretty blooming good. They currently sit top of Serie A. They actually finished third in their Champions League group, which I have no doubt is going to be a massive disappointment for them. Conte is currently their manager. They are playing a 5-3-2. They've got some pretty good players here. Nuno Mendes at left back is very good. Van der Voort in goal is a top quality goalkeeper. Aouar, Barrow, Isaac up top as well. They've got a lot of kind of current wonder kid players in this team. It's not really a surprise they're top of the league with only one defeat in the league itself in Serie A. If we just look at their schedule, they were in a group in the Champions League with Salzburg, Bayern, and also with Sheffield United, who, despite being just above the drop in the Premier League, ended up finishing second in the group. And in the first knockout round, they dispatched of Bordeaux 4-0. So, that's what we've got to look forward to tomorrow, everyone. A nice, easy draw in the Europa League against perhaps the best team in Italy. I feel like we've got pretty unfortunate with some of the cup runs that we've ended up having to go on this season. Just lots of big teams standing in our way. But of course, you've got to be in it to win it. And you've got to beat the big teams on the big occasions anyway. So, before we get into today's game, one thing I did say I would just talk about today is the kind of dynamics at the club right now in terms of, where are we at, who's happy, who's not happy, who are the leaders in the dressing room and such. So the first thing really worth noting, I suppose, is the fact we've got a couple of players unhappy. Carl Stokes, who of course was our first choice goalkeeper for a very, very long time. He is not a happy chappy at the moment. I did actually have a bid from, I think it was Stuttgart, of £23 million on deadline day, which I accepted. And then he turned down. I would have loved to have sold my backup goalkeeper for 23 million. He was unhappy at the fact I was even considered selling him. As you can see here, he was also unhappy that Everton put in a bid, although that one I think was slightly less. But in the end, I just thought, well, if he's unhappy about the Stuttgart stuff and he's unhappy I'm willing to sell him, maybe I'll try and move him on. Either way, he's the kind of player who I would quite like to get rid of. I won't say it too loudly, I don't want him to hear me. Also, Bedoya unhappy to be left out of the Europa League spot. This is a youngster who joined us in January. I'm hoping that this isn't going to turn into a bigger deal than it needs to be. Giving him the odd appearance here and there in the first team. He's not shone so far, but at 18 years old, he's got the world at his feet. He doesn't need to concern himself with not being in the Europa League spot. He will get some opportunities over the course of this year. That I am certain. Anyway, just looking at the hierarchy, in terms of who are the leaders in the dressing room, I think it's not really a surprise, some of the names here, but we've got Peter Cech, Damani Grimes, and also Smith leading the way in terms of leaders, which is quite nice to see. Of course, Smith is really a player we've built the team around for a very long time. I feel like I don't talk about him nearly enough. He does kind of all the, the dirty work. He's that player who is just running the show in midfield. He's never going to get in the teams of the week. He's never going to get all the plaudits because he's not scoring and he's not putting in, these game-winning tackles. But make no mistake, for us, he is such an important piece of the puzzle. Last year played 35 of 38 league games. This year he's actually upped his level of performance, which is great to see. At 23 years old, he's still got a little bit left in the tank in terms of development. I would love to see him playing for the England team before too long. Alongside him, Damani Grimes has always been a bit of a leader in the dressing room. He was the most influential figure when we took over, and whilst he's not been a constant in the first team by any means, I say that, he was last year to be fair, but he's not been the first team on the team sheet. He still, remains a very, very influential player within our team. And also Piotr. I love to see really high up in the team's estimations. He's got 16 leadership. I see him as kind of the captain of the team for the next 15 years. I really feel like he's that good. Of course, signed him for £4.7 million. When we first took over Nottingham Forest, what a £4.7 million that is looking like. It's going to have been top quality player. Still a little bit of potential, hopefully, to improve into. But to be honest, even if he didn't kind of develop from here, I'd feel pretty content playing him for the next 10 years anyway. I feel like he's that good of a centre-back. He's, a Champions League quality player comfortably. He loves playing his football here. He signed a long-term commitment to the club earlier on this season. It goes without saying, he's just a no-brainer. He's going to be here for a long, long time. Anyway, it's great to have some leaders in the dressing room because actually for a period it was just Damani Grimes. And obviously with the team not having the largest turnover in the world, things have kind of settled out a little bit. Players like Samake, Regina, Ricketts also in the highly influential category. You'll notice looking at the personalities across the board, for the most part they're good. Obviously the leaders being professional is always really great. And across the squad, whilst there are a few players who don't have the most desirable of qualities, I feel like we've got a really good core unit of players. And for the most part, it is a really united group of players, which I think helps us massively. That cohesion, that kind of level of understanding the team have, because we've not overhauled the team in such a long time, it benefits us on the pitch. And I think that is one of the contributing factors that allows us to kind of punch above our weight. But anyway, let's get into today's game. We are taking on Chelsea. It's the Carabao Cup final. I really want to win this, everyone. I really want to get some revenge over Chelsea. And while going into it tactically, am I going to change a great deal? Not really, to be honest. I feel like our best bet is to continue with the 4-3-3. Whilst there was that blowout result last time that we met Chelsea, the circumstances behind it were slightly different. We've had a little bit more of a chance to rest this month, having played something like 20 games over January and December, to in February go down to having only 4 games and an international break in there. The team is so much fitter and just more hungry for it, I want to believe. I feel like we're a squad full of some big game players, and this is the kind of game where we can upset the odds. Over our time here at Forest, especially from our promotion to the Premier League, we have made a habit of challenging the big boys, causing them lots of headaches. And I'm very, very much hoping that that is something we're going to be able to replicate today. Looking at the team, it's, as I said, the team that you'd kind of expect. Finn up top, Erk and Akamash out in the wider areas, Ricketts and Smith in the middle, Sun Sao at centre defence in mid. Of course, Calafiori, the new signing, the new kid on the block, the successor to Malang Sarr. Keep an eye on him at left back. I feel like this is going to be hopefully a chance for him to really show us what he's all about on the big stage. He's had a few little issues with injuries, a few little knocks as he's been getting to full fitness, but we go into this game hungry. Looking at their team, it's a scarily good team, everyone. It's a very, very good team. Meanwhile, our squad here, you can see it. It's the team that you know and love. Navio and Piotr playing at centre-back as well. Worth noting, Damani Grimes has had a few little knocks here and there, and I feel like Navio has slowly but surely started to, grab that first team mantle, I suppose, and become the go-to centre-back option for us. Anyway, a really early injury for Chelsea to Arojo. I think he's their centre-back. It doesn't matter. They've got an early goal. This is not good. This is not what I want to see in the first 10 minutes. A short throw-in that's worked inside, and Nathan Bernardo out on the left wing scores. But yeah, I was about to say, Arojo's just got injured for them. I don't know what position he plays. I think he might be one of their centre-backs. That's a nice goal. Let's have a look. Yeah, he is a centre-back. I knew that. But Bernardo's scoring for them. Not ideal. He is a regen left winger. He's pretty good. Apparently he's an elite winger. We don't have any elite wingers in our team. At least not that are labelled elite wingers. But no, not a good start. We've started slowly. We've let them have that cross into the box. Not picked up our men. Oh, this is not very good. This Chelsea team are very, very good, everyone. But it's not been pretty so far. That said, they've only had the one shot on target. And we're growing into the game. So let's not start to panic too soon just yet. It's not been a game in which goals have flowed early on. As we quickly approach half-time. And still, the only highlight of the game has been their goal. You can see 6 shots apiece. Although we've got a chance here. Calafiori throwing it into the box. Straight to Ruiz. Not a great one by any means. Piotr's there, though. What can he do here? Dribbling it down the right-hand side. Down to Amlo. Options in the middle. Pulled back. Akamash is there. His shot is blocked. Then he's gone through the back of the defender. Apparently it was a dubious decision. I'm inclined to agree. A good opportunity for us at the end of the half. But so far, we have not been good enough. It's not been a classic final by any means. Come on, lads. Step it up. I've got faith in you. We need to do better. And you know what? I'm going to make an early change here, and we're going to switch things up. We're going to go to the 4-2-3-1, which I like to switch to frequently when we're chasing games. It means that Sun Sal comes into centre mid as a deep line playmaker. No role change for him. And then Smith is going to go to centre attacking mid. And I'll tell you what, as far as shadow strikers go, he's pretty blooming good. His physicals are great for it. His mentals and technicals on the whole are good. Just maybe a slight gap in his game when it comes to his finishing, but yeah, I want to stick in a centre attacking mid, maybe try and just overwhelm them a little bit more. Obviously, with this change, we may be leaving Kai Havertz a little more open in the middle without a centre defensive mid kind of directly responsible for him. But I feel like we need to start trying to seize control of the midfield battle. And while early on, shot is hit, it's saved away, we clear it away. Oh my word, I can't say what's happening quick enough. There's too much happening. The ball's through. Is that offside? It is offside. Chelsea thought they doubled their lead. They have not. Nathan Bernardo, go back to your corner, son. Stop celebrating. I mean, VAR's checking it. It was offside. Imagine if VAR had just said it wasn't offside and the linesman was wrong. Would have been livid. Huge block by Smith. I mean, that is offside. I think this next bit was offside as well. Yeah, I mean, they were both offside. It wouldn't have made a difference. But with an hour gone, not good enough so far in this game. I'm going to take off Akamash and bring in Samake out on the right-hand side. Elsewhere, I'm going to bring in Marcelo for Smith, I think, at shadow striker for, you know, some added fresh legs in the midfield. Marcelo's goal-scoring record, by the way, very, very good. So I'm hoping, if I can find him, there he is. I'm hoping he's going to help us out here, although defensively, we're being called into a lot of action at the moment. It's Lewis with it in the wide area. Navio heads it away. Can we deal with this second ball here? We're in trouble. Doe tackled and lumped forward. Amlo turns his man. Can we counter? Amlo with no one in support. Players slowly getting forward. Can he hold it up long enough? He can. Samake's there. And well, he Samaks it straight at the goalkeeper, who's going to save it. And well, that was a good opportunity for us. Perhaps our best opportunity of the half, which makes the fact it was kicked straight at the goalkeeper even more disappointing. And while Doe bringing it forward for them, one end to the other, Toby makes a huge save. Not bad for £11 million. Worth noting that Shane Antoine, who's just come on, I believe he's the player that we loaned from Chelsea last year as a defensive depth signing. So a familiar face now on the field in blue, which I don't like because it probably means he's going to score against us. Right, let's get a little bit more encouragement going. There's not long left in this game. 15 minutes left. We need to change some stuff up. I want you getting on the front foot more. Same with you, Samake, out on the right-hand side. I'm actually going to swap them around. Obviously, they can both play either side. They are both right-footed as well. Samake's been pretty good kitting in on the left. Is struggling a little bit with fitness, but because of how good he's been in recent games, I want to keep the faith with him just a little bit. Regina on a booking scares me, so you know what? We're going to bring in Hernandez. Of course, another new addition in the fullback areas, Juanjo Hernandez. Juanjo, I think, is a bit like John Joe, according to the YouTube comments. So it's a bit like John Joe Shelvey. We've signed the Spanish John Joe Shelvey, everyone. It's very exciting. Anyway, we need something here. There's a highlight, but obviously as we go more attacking against superior opposition, we are going to leave ourselves exposed at the back. Navio, big tackle, back to Toby. We have possession. Let's keep hold of it. Let's work it out from the back. What can we do here? Toby to Piotr, to Ricketts, back to Piotr. Nice build-up play. I'm a bit concerned we're just going to give them the ball and they're just going to lump it forward, but good play by Erk. Great run. Samake now out on the left-hand side to Amlo, who tucks it away. The changes have worked. Let's go. Now do I want to stay on this more attacking system? I don't know. It's goal number 24 of the season. Erk's run inside here is so nice. The ball to Samake, superb. But then this pass by Samake and the changing on the wings has worked. I'm going to stay on the front foot here. 10 minutes left. I believe we go to added time in the EFL Cup. I know there's no extra time in the semi-final. I'm sure in the final there is. I don't even want to check. I want to keep us going forward. But we may need to defend, although Asunsao gets it away, clears it out as well. Cook with it, lumps it forward. Amlo has... We could break here. Amlo takes it past his man. There are two players in. Samake's back post. Pick out Samake. He's there! Wilson Samake! The brave decision to put him out onto the left, to keep playing attacking. Now we go defensive. It started with Samake in the Championship, and he's going to potentially score a goal that secures us our first bit of silverware. Amlo again involved in it. The two players linking up. Oh, so much. Right, let's skip this. I want to make tactical changes, please, Football Manager. There are 4 minutes left. Waste all the time you want, lads. Waste it all. Out of possession. We can sit off a little bit, sit a little deeper. Let's not worry about... Actually, no, you know what? We will press, but only when it's necessary to. Only when they're in our kind of area. And then we won't press hard. Just lump it long. Lump it long at this point. We do not need to play sexy football anymore. Right. Let's stay with that. 2 minutes left. Can we hold on for an unlikely victory against the odds? Oh my word. Those are the most satisfying wins in Football Manager. The ones where you tinker a little bit, you change some stuff up, make some brave decisions, and the risk pays off. Look at us there. Look at us there. Trophy is going to be handed over, and we can celebrate. Huge win. Nottingham Forest, EFL Cup champions. And it's taken us a decade, but we've gone from the parks and won our first major trophy as a Football Manager. What a way to do it. What a way to do it. The late goal by Wilson Samake. Oh, I feel emotional. I feel emotional, everyone. That is how you want to win a game. That is how you want to do it in Football Manager. 2 late goals. Chelsea had the better of the early play. We held on strong. We came back from behind. We were brave as well. Having got the equaliser, we could have turtled up and started trying to play for extra time and penalties. But no, we went for it. Samake, give him the keys to the city. Give him the man of the match award. Give him everything. Oh, apparently he doesn't like big games. Don't believe that for a second. On off the bench to have an insane impact. Absolute madness. We receive 100k. I mean, that doesn't really matter, does it? Carabao Cup winners over Chelsea. Without a doubt, the best team in world football right now. Oh, it's the 5th time the club have won it in the history as well. And it's the first time since 1990, 40 years ago, Nottingham Forest hoisted that cup aloft. We hoist it aloft once more. The board love it. Samake, I mean, I'm sorry I didn't start you, mate. That's all I can really say. And with that, of course, we qualify for European football. So whilst I hope we'll be qualifying for something slightly better than the Europa Conference League, we have at least got that going for us right now. Wow. Okay, well, we were the biggest overachievers. Chelsea finished runner-up. If we just look at things here, well, the focus now, I suppose, is on the FA Cup, which we're still in, the Europa League and the Premier League. Unfortunately, with all those draws we've had, we are quite a way off the pace now of Chelsea. Even if we win our game in hand with 10 games left of the season, we're going to be trailing them by 7 points. But Europa League next time hopefully is going to provide us with a nice little distraction. And while those games are not a lifetime away, in fact, they're in just over a week's time. So I'm going to be resting up the players, rotating them around. The football's about to start coming thick and fast, and while next time we've beaten one of the best teams in England, now can we beat one of the best teams in Italy? I guess you'll have to tune in tomorrow to find out. Thank you so much for your support on the series. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Drop a like on it if you have, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. It is me, Jack, and I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm out.